Hey guys, welcome to Black Angus Reviews. This is a video I did not expect to have to make, but you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna do it. So EVS7 is Trashcast about, Ripa and the Saska sisters and the cognitive dissonance of the Ripitards and Eric in general, given his history. And then towards the end, last hour or so, I super chat. I'm like, hey, EVS, can you help get eyes on my campaign? Trying to make a comic. This is promo art posters. And I'm surprised he really liked the logo, which, if you don't know, it's based on Ghost Rider 70 or 71 when he's in the Marvel Spotlight. And ironically, given Ripa, these pencils are from Brazil. I'm like, hey, and then like he had it up on screen for a while, and appreciate that. It's awesome. Thank you, EVS. And out of nowhere, Anna has to come in and say, Black Angus is a snake. He grifted off my sister, then defended what Rose said about her. Then he went on G&G stream to bitch at Jeremy. I jumped on and called out his BS, and that pussy blocked me. And so, I mean, I guess I got to clarify because it's like, I don't know how many people were in the chat at that point, but it's like people were hot. They're excited, like, oh, throw her the link, or Angus the link. Not opposed, but, in the meantime, I'll clarify now. Clarify everything because you got it wrong. I don't know if you're misremembering or just purposely disingenuously representing the facts. You not like me. I don't like you. But I don't know. I try to be fair. And all this goes back to a video I did when her sister died, unfortunately. And I hadn't watched it, since I uploaded it. And I had to rewatch it. And I'm like, wow, what a bitch. She looks really stupid for this. Honestly, if you dig into my channel, find that. So yeah, her sister died. She went missing for a while. And I made like a fuss about it on Twitter and seemed like, oh, that's odd. But probably nothing. It's probably, she's a college girl. Probably going through some anxiety, boyfriend broke, whatever. That was kind of consensus. And then like found out, oh, she's dead. High Council and other large channels like Doomcock, Nerdrotic, etc. at that point decided to do a solidarity 24-hour blackout for Anna in regards to Helen. And I was in a chat with a lot of little channels. Not that I'm a big channel thing, but more of a leader at that point, I guess, in that chat. And I saw a lot of concern because a lot of people were like, "Oh, like crap! I had planned to do a video or I wanted to like live stream, whatever," and they seemed like scared to do anything. That they seemed like they were scared to get canceled if they didn't fall in line with the big channel's actions. And so that's what that video is for. It's empathizing with mainly her parents. I don't care about Anna, but it sucks. It's like I'm gonna be a human even if I don't like you. It's like, well, that sucks. Mainly for her parents. God, that's got to be awful. And for the Fandom Collective, especially the little guys, trying to encourage them, like, hey, if you want to like black out, go right ahead. But Anna's not owed allegiance by every channel. And you shouldn't be in this community that we're fighting cancel culture, we're fighting the woke media and whatnot, Star Wars stuff, Kathleen Kennedy. We should not be like having to toe the line. So that's what that video is about. And also, I cried in it because I was thinking about Afghanistan and the dead kid I had to deal with as a medic. Because that's about the extent of my experience with death in any capacity. I was trying to empathize with her. And she says I'm grifting. And it's like, I really take objection to that. That was like, I was concerned uploading that video in the first place because I cried. I didn't want to get mean like Matt Jarbo, even though it'd be really kind of douchey to do that to me with that context. Nothing's off the table. And so that was in my head too. I'm like, fuck, I got to re-record this and try to rethink of my points. And, it feels less genuine if I do that. So I was just, let me roll with it. But yeah, she had sights on me, I guess, for a while because before all of this, you may remember Rookie Critic as the Fandom Collective, had the Fandom Collective. Started with me, Rookie, Flipped Out, Civ Kryptonian, Jeff the Iron Wolf. It's an idea of like, hey, let's like mimic the High Council, but also focus purposely on promoting small channels, lifting up. You like us, we got a little bit of rapport. We can funnel good channels to the viewers that we have gathered. Help each other out, you know. And this guy B Level did a meme video about the High Council saying he didn't care about the EU, that it's a MAGA cult. And the High Council and Anna, they reacted to it on an impromptu Monday before a Tuesday. And B Level hit me up saying, hey, can you help me get Anna on a stream to debate the EU? I'm like, okay, whatever. And I got the idea like, hey, how about we like offer to host it on the group channel that will be hosting future small channels on. It's going to be a win for everybody. And we can, we're all pretty level headed. It's collective, so we can moderate it. And so I hit her up, Twitter. She did not respond. So I'm like, well, back to the drawing board, whatever. Focus on new things. But then she tagged me directly saying, like, do your research. Because these guys did a reaction to their reaction. And, of course, crapping on them. I had no idea because I'm watching the old stuff trying to figure out when these guys turned anti-Fandom Menace. And Jesus Christ. It's a lot to remember, actually. And so I had me heated, but I'm just like, let's screw this bitch. So I blocked her. Somewhere before the block, though, I guess, even though I felt like just saying, fuck you, bitch, but I held back and I thought and I simmered on it for a while. And I'm like, well, I was doing research. I sent her a screenshot in reply. That was still too snarky for Jeremy. He got my DMs saying, like, you're lucky I'm suspended right now. I'd be coming after you hard for talking to Anna that way. I'm just like, what's this fucking white knighting, dude? Like, I thought you're all about, at this point, it's all about like Anna can be your own person and look out for herself. She's a strong woman. I don't know. That was more or less the sentiment at the time. Anyway, block the bitch. We go forward in time. Ryan Kinnell hosts a hater stream for Jeremy. Seemed like it might be a recurring thing, possibly. Can benefit Ryan being a new guy in Geeks and Gamers. And if you don't remember, this is when Ryan was like the happy EU guy, not the anti-woke channel. So it's kind of funny in hindsight. I was supposed to pop up behind the scenes after the stream, but they're still going on, kind of ramble. So I'm like, let me just use the link now, get in, ask my questions to Jeremy, clear up stuff. Because I wasn't a hater of Jeremy. It's definitely kind of hesitant as a fan at that point, I guess. Like, I don't know about stuff going on right now. But I was also war campaign, so that was a bad thing, I guess. And I feel like it was a setup, at least by Jeremy, to like toss her a link to slip in to derail me. And the context being why I was stuck, and I'm like deer in the headlights, my reactions, because I knew I had to stay. I knew I couldn't just leave and regroup. I had to like endure this, I guess public shellacking, this tar and feathering, whatever, in front of the stream, because Jeremy popped into a Mad Max stream when Jarbo was leaving. This is already a thing that was going to happen, but the optics were Jarbo ran. So this is in my head, like, I can't leave. So this is definitely smart to stay. However bad this looks, the way it's being painted. But this is all rooted in the war campaign. There's a lot of misgivings because of EVS was doing the dynamite thing. And then all of a sudden, Anna hops in before like Malin or other, vets of CG. It seemed like it might have been like a nepotism thing. And also the art was so bad compared to like the painting she would do. So it's like, what is this? Like, we just accepted no standards. We're CG, we're supporting dynamite. And then you're putting out this crap. We're supposed to support it, So it's just a lot of bad sentiment, a lot of misgivings in that contingent of CG that I was part of. And at least optics wise, I agreed, So it's like, sorry, I'm trying to recollect everything. At some point, there was a stream with Anna and Ro. I think this was before the Ryan stream. And she wanted them to apologize for some joke. I don't remember the joke, but they refused because they're like, no, we don't apologize for jokes. Sorry, you're offended. That's your problem, though. It's a bad present. How are we in the Fandom Menace? We promote stuff like Chappelle and whatnot, and don't bend the knee, never apologize. And then it's like, oh, apologize because I'm offended. It's like, no, it's definitely not going to work. War campaign, given the fandom they have, that's going to look like some pussy shit. And that like girls can just run the show. Just a lot of factors. So I guess that was also a sentiment tied to me on top of blocking her. Ultimately, I feel like a lot of this resentment is because I blocked her. And then there's that video that was heartfelt. Didn't grift her sister. Did one video that was for the fandom Menace in general, giving them some encouragement to do what they want to do, not feel dictated by the big channels to toe the line. And yeah, that's the whole, like, that's the main history of that. So she's been blocked ever since because I just don't like her. Didn't like her. Didn't tell people to not follow her, sub to her or anything. You know, I was even nice when I did my Game of Thrones Fandom Menace casting. I remember when I was friends with Drunk Theory, I'm like, hey, tell me something. I'm trying to find an angle for Angus. Like, I don't like her, but, you know, she's a big figure in the Menace. I'm trying to figure out who to cast her as. How do I spin this? How do I, like, cast her off of, like, her channel traits? He's like, I don't watch her, man. So I was like, damn it. I was just really stuck. So I cast her as Sansa because I'm like, you're pretty. And that's like an easy out for me. Everyone else was like thought out in that series, but her. It was literally just like, oh, I kind of have to put her in this. So you're pretty. But yeah, I really take I don't know what to call it. Definitely pissed me off, I guess, to say the least. To 4 or 5 years later, this bitch still got her sights on me, trying to derail me for perceived slights. I'll link that old video, my Ellen video, in the description. You can judge for yourself if you thought it was heartfelt or not. Again, that was me early, first year and a half being Fandom Menace. Yeah, just take objection to that whole claim of being a grifting off your sister. If I was grifting, you see, I'm getting some success with this Ripa stuff. If I wanted to grift, that's what that would look like. Brie Larson videos. We know what grifting looks like. I did not grift. Take objection to that. You're saying something about my character that is not there at all. So fuck you. Sorry if there's fans that love her and my, following. If that is too much for you, I get it. But it's just funny because like Abomination AJ, you might have seen him on the channel recently. He had, of course, the crazy spat with Tony. He hit me up, I think, after that stream, maybe it was before, but I was on a stream, super chat and stuff, listening to him, and then he hit me up to like be a guest, and I'm like, the first thing I did was offer that Jeremy stream where I look bad to the general public without context. I offered that stream like, hey, you don't like, you're newer here. I'm like second generation Fandom Menace, so here's some context for you. I don't want you to like get the ire of older fans that remember that and think way about me without giving you fair warning before you take me on your channel. And so I really take objection to being called a snake because I'm looking out for people, you can ask AJ. I looked out for him. I'm like, hey, forewarning, maybe people that are old school feminists don't like me because I was in war campaign or because of the drama with Anna. But I'm going to tell it to you straight. I'm not going to let you get side railed or derailed, whatever, by association, guilt by association. So really take objection to that. Really take objection to being called a grifter of your sister because that's just disgusting. Would not grift fucking dead girl. That I'm not even getting into what I know about her. Not solely her memory. But yeah, I take objection to that. Take objection to trying to associate falsities with me just trying to promote, putting a super chat in, which is taken away from my comic fund, hopefully to get, PR and Comicsgate, get some hype, get some interest. and then big channels trying to hop in the chat and paint me a certain way. I mean, if you're expecting an apology, you're never getting it. I apologized in context during that stream. Sorry about Ellen, but I'm sorry that I was in war campaign. Not anymore. Just kind of fizzled out for me, I guess. But really had a fun time with those guys. And I agree with them. Don't apologize for jokes. It's a bad, slippery slope. Sorry if you can't make peace with that. Sorry that's still thorn in your side 4 or 5 years later. I wish I would have gauged this years ago. But I was looking out for my Fandom Collective buddies because it's already, bad imagery by association. I didn't want to stir up drama more off of, that could derail them by being associated with me, being my friend. But it's funny because no one had my back, given all the help I did at that point for channels. Everyone tucked tail. So that was a great lesson. I appreciate it, Anna. You did give me through all that a valuable lesson in really vetting YouTube friends, if you ever even make them friends to any degree. There's a lot of snakes that'll turn on you because of optics, which seems totally counter to what the Phantom Menace was. That's what happens when grifters, or want to be grifters, are looking at the breadcrumbs. They will fucking turn. I wish I knew that quote from Joker. But yeah, fuck that. Not a grifter. Didn't grift your dead sister. Made a video for the Phantom Menace, small channels. Give them some hope, some direction. Give them the reinforce their fortitude to do what they wish. Don't have to kowtow to you. And even in that video, I had a link to your GoFundMe for your sister's funeral. So fuck you. How dare you try to slander me so? Again, if that's crossing the line as a subscriber, I understand. But this is an integrity thing, for me. Never really addressed it, again, because of all the associations I had. Don't want to sully them, but fuck it. Yeah. If you made it this far, consider going down, checking out the Meth Gator campaign for my posters. Art by Isn't It Souza and colors by Oliver Aker. Sketchy Raven and Vic King did the purple one, and then Ari did the other 2 anime style ones. All goes to help me make Meth Gator. So, yeah. Talk to you later.